Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're continuing our study through James chapter 2. We are up to verses 5 through 7. Let me read it for us. Listen, my beloved brothers, has not God chosen those who are poor in the world to be rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to those who love him? But you have dishonored the poor man. Are not the rich the ones who oppress you and the ones who drag you into court? Are they not the ones who blaspheme the honorable name by which you were called? James asks some pretty hard-hitting questions here, and we see question marks really all over this passage. And what's he getting at here? Well, he needs his audience to pay attention. As he says, listen, my beloved brothers. This is done out of love. This is a call to remember and to heed because he cares about them. And what is he trying to get them to remember? Well, it's what he talked about in the last passage when they were showing distinction from the rich and the poor, from those from our earthly perspective who had it all, and those from our earthly perspectives who had nothing. He challenges them to remember that God's ways are not our ways. And he asks them, listen, my beloved brothers, has not God chosen those who are poor in the world to be rich in faith, and more than rich, heirs of the kingdom, which he has promised to those who love him? There is so much spiritual blessing offered to those who love God, who obey him, and those who demonstrate that they are his people. We cannot allow ourselves to get caught up in the priorities of the world. And that's exactly what they had done in verse 6, right? They had dishonored the poor man. And they were giving deference to the rich man, all while ignoring the fact that the rich people were oppressing them. And more than just oppressing them, we find here at the end, they were dragging them into court. And one day, these rich people who they are looking to for benefits, for social blessing, for acceptance, those same rich people are one day, sure, giving them what they want, but the next day, they're trying to oppress them and ruin their very lives. They are not their friends, and they are not people that they should be trusting or looking to or trying to serve. James then in verse 7 asks again, are they not the ones who blaspheme the honorable name by which you were called? And what is that honorable name? That's the name of Jesus. These people are not motivated by the things of God. They're not motivated by being God's people. They are motivated by themselves. They're motivated by their own selfishness. The audience that James is writing to are the ones that God has chosen, are the ones that God has called. And they needed to remember that the poor in this world, the ones who don't have all the finances, the ones who don't have the 401ks, the massive corporations, the massive retirements, not saying that that's always the case, but generally, the ones that God has chosen, they have not made the treasures on this earth their eternal possession or their eternal inheritance. No, God chose the poor in this world to be rich in faith, to be heirs of the kingdom. And he has promised all of that. He has guaranteed all of that to those who love him. James provides them with a choice. Do you want to align yourself to the rich who oppress, who drag you into court, who blaspheme the name of Jesus? Or do you want to trust God that even though it may not appear financially valuable, though it may not appear socially beneficial, are you willing to deny yourself, look at life the way God would intend us to, and trust him? It takes faith to put your hope in God, to put your citizenship in a kingdom that you cannot yet see, to trust that God's promise is true. James called his audience to listen and to remember. God chose the poor in this world. There was an eternal blessing coming. They could not get distracted by what the world would consider to be success. And what a challenge for us as well today. May we remember James's call. May we look to heaven. May we look to our faith and remember that God's way is best. His kingdom is eternal, and His promises are true.